Today we'll try to see how we add a product onto the cart. There's the cart. Okay, so we want to see how we can add a product onto the cart. And suppose these are the product. This is a sample e-commerce website. The template is already created. So we have to discuss the programming part of it. And the template is simple. It is these are the items that can be added onto the cart. So suppose we add this item to the cart. I have written, I'll show you the database also. So let me quickly start the database of it. So this is the sample e-commerce website, and we already have two tables in it. One is the cart table. If you see the cart table, then this cart table has one record in it, the price, the name of the item, and the image. All the images are stored in a particular folder. I'll show you where it is stored. So I'll come to the, as you know, when we install PHP, everything is in XAMPP folder, XAMPP htdocs. And this is the sample website that we are discussing today. And in sample website, we have all the PHP code is written here in the HTML. The front end and the code is written here. And the images are stored in assets, images. The icons are stored here in the icon folder. Then we have a logo folder. So all these informations are stored here. Now, first of all, we have to understand what we are doing so that we can properly move on to the code. And now suppose I click this, then what happens? I go to this page that is modified x700.php, and here we get all these images of this toy. This is a sample toy website. And if I want to purchase it, then I'll put it add to the cart. And as I click add to the cart, then you can see it is showing one item here. Okay, so whenever we add a cart, an item, it is showing here, and then we want to view cart and then see where, what are the informations stored there. So I want to show you what is written in this modified x700.php and how this is getting added here. Now, if I click once again, then it is increasing. Okay, I clicked and this is increasing. So first of all, I like to explain you this part, how it is getting shown here. So I'll go to modified x700.php page. Modified and C drive, SAM folder, htdocs, and sample website. Here we have the HTML folder and I'm opening it. And now we have to move to modified x700.php. This is the program. So I'll move to the, let me show you, add to cart button. And then there we'll see what is happening when we are clicking the add to cart button, how this is, and what is the code that is running behind. So I'll come to add to cart. Now you can see this is the button, add to cart. This is the button. And when we are clicking this add to cart button, we are calling a function add to cart, and we are calling a function card drop items and add to cart. So let's first see what is this add to cart, this function doing. If I show you the output, this is the add to cart button. Okay, when we click this add to cart button, this item gets added to the cart, and here we get a number. Okay, so how this number is coming, what is the action that is getting performed here, I'll show you. So I'll come to this is the add to cart button, and then we are calling add to cart and drop cart drop items. So this is in line number 318, and I'll move to the top. All the functions are, I hope, written at the top. Cart drop items is here and add to cart. So this is the function, add to cart function. But let me explain. This is the Ajax function. Okay. So we are putting the price as 449. We are putting the name as high-tech XUV. We are putting the image as, this is the image. These are the three variables. Then this function will be called, and it will not be active at the moment. So it will come to this part, get add to cart.php. And here we are passing these values, price, name, and image to add to cart.php. So if you go to add to cart.php, let me quickly open this. Now see here, such a simple logic. We are taking out the three values that we have passed, price of the toy, name of the toy, and image. And then we are inserting it into the cart table, insert into cart. These are the three columns in which the values are getting inserted. And then it will come back to from where it has started. So it was modified X700. So it will come here. And when it comes here, then it goes to the inner.html here. See this part, line number 52. In line number 52, when it will come back, it will come to this line. And in this line, what we are doing, we are taking out the value of the span my cart and storing it in X variable. So initially, suppose the value is 1. So variable X will be 1. This value will be incremented. It will become 2. And it will be put again in the same place. You can see it is getting put in the same place. Document.getElement by ID, my cart. So I'll will have to check where is this my cart and what is this my cart. So it will be in the header. Let us check in the header. The name of that div is my cart. So I'll quickly search Control F, my cart. See, this is the my cart. If you can see this my cart, the initial value of this my cart is 0. So when we'll start, it will be value will be 0. You can see this is the span. Okay, what is a span tag? Span is like a div tag. Okay, and this div tag, this is span tag has the initial value which is 0. So when we go to this part, I'll show you again. The name of that is product x700.php. If you come here, you can see when we click the button, this function, this is a JavaScript function. This function is called. It has 3 values: the price of the item, the name of the item, and the image. To make it simple, we have fixed the value. These values can be fetched from the table also. As of now, it is coming from the variable itself. Then these values are passed to add to cart. So add to cart is a PHP page in which the price, the name, and everything is getting passed. And then what is this add to cart doing? Add to cart, if you go to add to cart, you have to understand the flow, how it is going. So I'm coming to add to cart. In add to cart, we are just inserting the value into the database. So if I remove everything from the database, let me come to the database. Here you can see these are the values that we have added. So I'll check all. I'll remove everything. I'll delete all the records. So I'll delete all from Facebook. Delete from the card and delete all the records. So all those records have been deleted. The structure of the cart table, ID, price, name. This ID has to be auto incremented. So I'll change this to auto increment. So if you see this cart table, at the moment, we do not have any information. Now I'll quickly refresh this page. When I refresh this page, you can see it is 0. How it is coming 0? This is the menu, and menu is usually in the header.php. So if you see in the header.php, I'll open the header.php. Come to the header.php. This is the header.php. Here we have a span. In this span, what we have, you can see is my cart. The ID is my cart, and the value is 0. Okay, so we have to, at the beginning, it is 0, and then we have to access it and increase on every add to cart button click. So what we are doing, whenever this page, the product page, I'll come to one of the product page. It was product modified X700. So whenever the button is clicked, it is adding one record into the table, and then it is coming to this part. it will take out whatever value is there in the my cart. It will be 0. So it will become 1, and we are putting again onto the page. So it will be 1, and then we are giving the user message that your item has been successfully added. So two things are happening here. Whenever the add to cart button is getting clicked, the number is getting increased on the screen and the item information is getting stored in the cart table. So let me show you the process once again. I'll come to the output. Whenever we'll click this add to cart, what will happen? It will take these values, the name, the price, and the image, and store it into the database. At the present, you can see there's no information in the database, and here it is showing 0. There's nothing in the cart. Now, when I click this, one item has been added. It is showing 1. And if you check the database, if you browse it, you get this one information. Okay. Now, if I click it again, let me click it once again. So I'll go to the page. I'll click it once again. This becomes 2. If you check in the database, if you browse it, it is showing two records. Okay. So how everything is happening? Let's come to the code once again. When the button is getting clicked, this is the function that we are calling. It has 3 information: the price of the toy, the name, and the image. Then it is adding it to the database, and it is incrementing it onto the screen and showing it onto the screen. Now, when we click the cart, view cart, so cart.php, you can see at the bottom, the cart.php page will be called. So it will call the cart.php. And this page is already designed and it is showing different values here. But we have to remove all these values, and these are the static values that the designer has given us after designing this page. So what we have to do, we have to remove all these values and put the image of the item that we have purchased here, the name here, the price here, the quantity, total, everything. Then we can apply a coupon. Then we can go to the checkout. So first of all, first thing first, let us show the values here. And bell paper, price, everything, we have to show it properly here. So I'll have to edit which page? Cart.php. So I'll go to the cart.php. Let us go to the cart.php and do the editing. So this is the cart.php. And in the cart.php, how will we locate where we have to go? So I'll come to the output and I'll search bell pepper. Okay, price. I can search anything. I can search price. So let me go to the cart.php and I'll do Control F and I'll search price. So you can see this is the price that is shown here. And these are the places. So we have to put everything properly here. You can see this is bell pepper. Okay. Then sold by Fresho. There's the company name. There's the quantity. There's the amount. Everything is shown here. Okay. Savings and everything. So this is the part. This is the product detail part that we have to take care of. So I'll just show you how we do the editing here. So if you come to this part, we have to show the name, we have to show the price, we have to show how much you have saved. Since we have not saved anything, I'll remove this. I'll show the quantity. The quantity will be 1, maybe the price, and then the actions, or to remove or to save for later, whatever. यहाँ पर ये लाना है बेल पेपर की जगह पे we have to bring the name, and price की जगह पे we have to bring everything from the database. So I'll quickly go to this part और यहाँ पे I'll show you how we are adding items. और इसमें कहाँ तक we have to, this is the total price. So we come back to twice. Remove that we have to find out where is the remove so that we can have a proper idea. Price, table price, you save quantity, search, control, and whatever search table. This is the remove. Okay, so we have account, check, store account, yeah, that we have to. This is one record, one row, remove. So this is the row that we have to start manipulating. Where this row is starting, we have to check where this row is starting. So I'm moving up, and here this row is starting. Okay. So from here we have to see this is the row. Okay. So this row is going down, 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 up till here. Okay. And we have to now this row is not required because we want only one row and we'll put that in the loop. कैसे करते हैं? I'll show you. Don't worry. First, let me remove the extra code. These are the rows that we have to remove because on the screen the designer has given us 4 records, but I don't need all those, so I'll delete it. अब क्या है? अब we have only one row in this table tab. In this table, we have only one row. If I save this and if I refresh this, see, only we have one row. And now we'll put one record in it and we'll run a loop. तो ये कैसे होगा? इसके लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं? We need to connect this page with the database. So to connect this page with the database, what we have to do? We have to start with PHP tag, and we have to include the config.php. First of all, we have to include the config.php. The config.php is here, so I'll include the config.php. So what happens when we include config.php is that our program, PHP program, gets connected with the database. So this we have done. Now, to read a record from a database, we already know how to read a record and how to echo it on the screen, but we have to echo it properly at a proper place. Where do we have to echo it? We have to echo it in the table. We have to read the record and echo it in the table. So let me see where is the row. So I can search. I've got this. And from here we have the record to be added. So this is one row. And here I'll start the PHP tag again. Okay. And I'll end this PHP tag. here itself. Okay. And we already know how to fetch data. Do we know or not how to fetch data from the pipe from any table? If we can uh, copy that, it will make the life easier. We'll save some time. Let me see if we have that. Just in case the connection ends, all of you have to join the same link again. Okay, it will end in 9 minutes, so you can join again. Uh, I'll go to. Okay, let me come back to. सेलेक्ट कमांड जो हम लोग लिखते हैं वही यहाँ पे लिख रहे हैं सेलेक्ट asterisk from what is the table name in our case you can see the table name is cart. Okay, this is the table name and the columns are price name and ing, price name and ing. Okay, so I'll come here, select asterisk from cart. Okay, I'm removing all the where clause because we have to display everything. Select asterisk from cart. Then we do this. Then if we have the records, we'll fetch and we'll display. Don't worry, let me do the counting. Okay. So we should count whether there are some information in the cart or not. If there is no information in the cart and someone clicks the show cart button, then it should not show anything. And it should show that it should show a message that there's no item. So I'll quickly get to that. Hey, we have a function MySQLi num rows. It will give number of rows. So what I will do, I will use a if statement. If dollar count equals to 0, that means we do not have any record in the database. Then what we have to do? We'll echo no items in the record and we'll put an alert with the help of a script tag. Okay, so I'll put a script tag and under script tag I'll put alert no items in the cart. Okay. So what is happening? If there are no items in the cart, there's no record in the cart, and someone clicks this cart.php, then it will show that there's no item in the cart. And otherwise, else means there are some record. How many records? We do not know. So when we do not know how many records, we'll use a what? Loop. And we'll end this loop where? We'll end this loop where we are ending the tr. Okay, so here we'll end this loop. So to end this loop, again, I'll use PHP. I'll use, this is the end of while. And above while, we have a what? If. So this is end of if, and this is end of while. So pink and yellow. You can see pink and yellow. Okay, so yellow is else if and while. Now we have to take out all the values. What are the values? The price. So I'll take out the price. And then there's a name. Okay. So the name of the toy is dollar. And then we have IMG. Dollar and IMG. Here, what we are doing, these price, toy, and EMG are the columns. Price, name, and IMG. Price, name, and IMG. Okay. So I'll come quickly to this. Price, name, and IMG. We'll come to this. And now we have to show it. Okay. So IMG will go here in this place. And this is the name. Bell paper is the name. So I'll put the name here. How will we put the name here? I'll start with PHP and end the PHP here. And I'll echo what? Dollar name. यहाँ name आ गया. और price कहाँ पर है? Price, quantity, price. This is the price. Okay. So I'll put this, and then I'll open PHP, and here I'll echo dollar price. Okay. So this dollar price, this dollar name, and this is the image. So image assets, images, and if you can see the path, I'll show you the path once again so that you understand better. Okay. Okay, sample website HTML. We have the cart.php here, but the image is where? The image is one step back in the assets in the images folder. Then the images folder has a lot of folders inside one of the folder. And what we have in the database, if you can check the database, we have X700 modified. This is the folder name, this is the file name. So if you can see the folder name X700, do we have X700? X700 modified. These are the photos. So this is sample website, HTML assets. Under assets, we have images. Under images, we have, this is the name of the folder. And under that name of the file. And what is in the database? We have data. In the database, we have only the last folder name and the file name. So how we will edit it here? Assets, images. Okay. And here, this I have to remove. And instead of this, I'll put, sorry. here I have to put the image that we have got from the database. So, so now see what will happen.